Hi, it's Paul again. So now I'm going to do the first lab in Canvas in Unit 3. So here on AWS I have all my software talking to each other. I've got Factory.io, I've got my Emulate, my virtual PLC, and I've got my Studio 5000. Let's go over to Canvas and Unit 3. And I'm going to work on this trainer panel lab. So I'll open that. And here it has all the instructions for doing this lab. But I know I need this file here. This is the Studio 5000 file. So I'm going to click on it, and that's going to download it to my computer. And now, when I go to my downloads, there it is there. So I need to take it out of my downloads and put it on my OneDrive. So I'm just going to drag it over to my OneDrive. Okay. Now that I'm in AppStream, I can access that file because it's in my OneDrive. So here in Studio 5000, I'm going to go offline and I'm going to open a new file. And it's already found my OneDrive, and I've got quite a few in here, but here's that file, February 4th, 2021. So I'll click on it and I'm going to open that file. And I don't want to save my junk file. Okay, so it's opened that file. And let's take a look. In our controller tags, we have a bunch of tags already put in here for us. And in my main program, I have one rung of logic. If you hit a reset button, a yellow light should go on. Okay, so that's good for my Studio 5000. I'm just going to go online and download that into the controller. Again, I'll go Who Active, tell it where that controller is, and I'll say Go Online. And it's going to come up with a window. I'm going to hit download twice, and that's going to download all that information into that controller. Okay, I'm online with the controller with Studio 5000. Now I need Factory.io to be online too with the same scene. I've got the wrong scene here, so I'm going to go to the home screen, Scenes, My Scenes, and this is the trainer panel. So here it is down here in the corner. I'll discard my old one. And that brings up this trainer panel. So now I need to go check my drivers. I'll hit disconnect because that's connected from the previous scene. My IP address should be right because I just set it up the last time I was on. So my IP address is good. I'm online with this controller. So let's see what happens when I connect. So I have a connection. I have a check mark here. And all of these inputs and outputs show good. If you notice, each time I connect, it's going to do a scan on all the inputs and outputs. Initially, they'll go red, and then when they're good, they'll switch to normal mode. So I don't know if you can see that. It happens pretty fast. I'll go back to Factory.io, and I'll put this guy into run mode. And now, if I push this top button, you can see my yellow light comes on. And that's reflected over here in Studio 5000 too. When I push the button, the reset one goes hot and that sends out a signal. So again, Factory.io and Studio 5000, they're not talking to each other. They're both talking to this controller in slot 2. And they're talking at the same time, and of course they do it very quickly. So I send a signal from Factory IO to the controller, and the controller tells Studio 5000 what's going on, and Studio 5000 gives me a visual indication of that. So every time I push that button, I see what's going on in Studio 5000, and I see my light up. Okay, keep in mind that I also have my nanny program running in the background. This is my RS Lynx, and it's just looking after the communication for us. I don't need to do anything with it, but it has to be there running. Okay, and then I can go back to Canvas, and I can look at all the instructions here and program that into my Studio 5000, download it, and make it all work. All right, have fun. Talk to you soon.